Hello everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and today we're going to talk about fake internet gurus. Welcome back everyone to another episode of Advice for Magicians, where my goal is to help make you the best possible entertainers that you can be. And oftentimes that means talking about the business end and behind the scenes stuff that most of these YouTube channels will not talk about. Now, if you are a professional magician, you probably are getting hit with a lot of ads, a lot of marketing for entrepreneur style things. Like I'm sure you've seen the Tai Lopez videos with Lamborghini in the garage and knowledge and all that stuff, right? I'm sure you guys have probably watched Gary Vee videos. You probably watched Grant Cardone videos on sales, or Dan Lok videos on sales and how to close people and stuff like that. So in this video, I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about these internet gurus, whether it be investing in real estate or Bitcoin or stocks or whatever, right? And just to make sure that you guys are being prepared and making sure that you guys are not getting scammed or caught in any of these scams, right? I've been watching a lot of these things. I've been watching a lot of these videos because as an entrepreneur myself, as someone that's a professional magician that also runs an online magic shop and all of these stuff, I'm trying to do my best to be a good salesperson, to get as much knowledge and advice as I can from a bunch of different sources on how to do these things. But it's also really easy to get caught up in these like scam courses and Ponzi schemes and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about that a little bit in this video, but first, just a couple of announcements. If you have not already done so, please make sure to click the subscribe button and don't forget to ring the bell. That way you know every time I upload a new video. If you have not already done so, please go ahead and click the join button as well to support the channel. For just $1 a month, you'll get access to a bunch of really cool stuff, including tutorials, early access to videos, emojis, badges, and even discounts at O'Brien Magic Shop. All that for just $1 a month. And I ain't trying to sell you no BS course either. There's no scam. There's no upsell or anything like that. It really is just $1 a month. It supports the channel. It helps me keep putting out these videos, and you guys will truly get access to a bunch of cool stuff. Pretty much most of my tutorials, like 90% of my tutorials, are available right here on the channel, as well as you'll get early access to all these videos so you don't have to wait. All right, so let's talk about these things now. I have no problem with watching these people's content on YouTube for free, stuff like that. I've watched a ton of Gary Vee videos, and a lot of his advice is great. I've watched a ton of Grant Cardone videos. A lot of his advice is great. I've watched a bunch of Dan Lok videos. A lot of his advice is great. Tai Lopez, all of these guys. You've heard these names before. I'm sure you know exactly who I'm talking about, right? But there is this issue now where you start to getting into like scam territory, especially when it comes to purchasing these courses. I'll use Dan Lok as an example. I actually had a friend not recently, a couple years ago, try to get me to go in with this high ticket closer thing with him on a Dan Lok thing. And I almost did it. And the reason is because a lot of the content that these guys put out, it's helpful content, but you'll notice that you'll get just enough content to get you started, but not to actually go out and do the thing that they promise. So they say, if you want to learn more, if you want to be able to do all of these things that I just showed you, you're gonna want to buy my course. And then they put you in a sales funnel and you end up going to their website where they want you to download like this course, right? So why do I think that this is not a good idea for you? Let me explain. So what ends up happening is you're going to spend money on these courses, and it'll say the course is $4,000, but if you act in the next 30 minutes, you'll get the course for $2,000, right? 50% off this course. In reality, there is no time limit. You can download this course whenever you want. There's no pre-qualification process. Literally, you just put your credit card information in and you get access to this course, right? And then what ends up happening is you do the course and you get all the way to the end. And in your mind, you're thinking, oh, like I'm going to learn how to do sales. I'm going to learn how to close people. I'm going to learn how to sell houses, like if it's a real estate course or whatever, right? And you get to the end of the course and you think like, oh, it's this 8-week course. I'm going to have all of the tools that I need to go out and start doing this now. Only what ends up happening is at the end of the course, they say, okay, we taught you how to do the sales stuff, but you don't have any clients. I'm not going to teach you how to get clients in this course. you need to do our other course to learn how to get these clients. If you do these other course, now you're going to get clients, and now you're going to start putting into practice these tools that we gave you. This other course, another $2,000, $3,000 course that you have to spend, right? So now you go through this course and you're learning about how to get these clients and stuff like that. And at the end of that course, you're thinking like, oh, okay, cool. So now I have all of these skills. I know how to do the sales stuff. I know how to get the clients. So now I'm going to go out and start getting clients, only to find out that it's not as easy as they made it sound like in the video courses that you took. And so now you're like, oh man, I spent all this money and I'm not able to get these clients. Like, what's going on, right? Don't worry. We got another upsell for you. You take this course. This is the elite course. Only the elite of my students get into this course. And when you get into this course, we are going to get you guys booked with other clients because we have so many other clients working with us. This is our inner circle course. So what you'll do is we'll put you in this course, and your chances of getting booked by a client are going to be a lot better because we are already working with them. We already did the lead work for you. You don't have to do the cold calls or anything. We'll just go ahead and do the connections for you. So then you get into this course now, and you come to find out it's not as good as they said it was going to be, right? Yeah, your name is being spread out to a bunch of these companies, but like maybe these companies aren't calling you back. Maybe they're not going to hire you. Maybe they want to hire you, but they don't want to pay you at first. Maybe it's an internship thing. Maybe it's a commission only thing, right? So moral of the story is you just spent $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, let's just say $8,000 to $10,000 on all of these courses. And at the end of all of that, you're still not making any money. You're still not able to go out and do this stuff. Now, I'm not saying it's a scam in the sense that it's impossible to make money. There are people that do these courses and they come out and you see the testimonials. Oh man, I made I made my first $1 million in real estate and this and that and blah, blah, blah and whatever, right? Yes, that happens. But the problem is it's like 2% of the people that go through these courses, those are the success stories. It's the 98% that failed that you don't hear about. Now, what I recommend you guys do, if you don't believe me, that's totally fine. I recommend you guys check out Coffeezilla. Did a few interviews with different people that took these different real estate courses and these different closing courses, right? Like Dan Locke is a big one. I love Dan Locke's YouTube channel. I watch a lot of his videos, and a lot of his videos and content are very helpful, talking about how to put down objections when someone says, I'm not quite sold on it. Like talking about how to like handle objections and stuff like that. You watch these videos, you watch Grant Cardone on like doing sales calls, like on the phone, and you watch Tai Lopez on, going out into the world and getting all this knowledge and the different books that you should read and all that stuff, right? But at the end of the day, what ends up happening is you spend $2,000 on this course when you could have learned all of this stuff for free watching YouTube videos, or you could have learned all of this stuff going to a library and renting a book, or going to Barnes & Noble and going into the business section and finding books on sales and stuff. A lot of the stuff, like the Dan Locke stuff, it's like an 8-week course, and the first like 3 or 4 courses, you don't even learn sales stuff. It's all like self-help stuff, how to get into the money mindset and all of this stuff. And it's really just a rehash of the stuff that they already have on YouTube, right? And it's not until you get to the end where you actually start learning the sales stuff. But again, they give you just enough sales stuff to have you feel good about it, but not enough to actually go out into the real world and make money, if that makes any sense, right? Like imagine I sold you guys a tutorial, right? A magic trick tutorial on how to perform the ambitious card routine, right? And I say, okay, so first we got to learn how to do the ambitious card. But before you can learn the ambitious card, you got to learn what is a card. So we're going to talk about a card, right? We're going to talk about the best cards to go out into the market and buy, and the best playing cards that they feel the best, and the best of this and blah, 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 right? And you're sitting here like, okay, but like, that's cool. So now I just spend even more money on this like nice deck of cards. Like now what? And like, okay, so before we can perform the ambitious card routine, you have to learn a little bit more about yourself. What are your wants? What are your needs in life? Where do you see yourself going with this ambitious card routine at the end of this course? Like, what do you see? Like, you see people's reactions and their minds exploding, and you see yourself being able to put this on social media, and imagine how many views and likes and clicks and comments you're going to get on your channel. And that's like the first like 2 or 3 courses. You haven't even learned the ambitious card routine yet, right? Excuse me. So now we finally get to the end of the course and we're like, okay, I'm going to teach you the ambitious card routine now. Okay. So here it is. Here's the control that you're going to do. Here's how to do the control and everything like that. And now the card's on the top of the deck. Isn't that great? And you're thinking like, okay, so like I know how to do the ambitious card routine, but like, that's it. Like, that's all there is to it. I spent all this money and you gave me all this advice and I bought this really nice deck of cards and stuff. And now that's all it is. Don't worry, because if you buy this next course, I'm going to teach you how to take that little thing that I showed you, that little technique that makes the card come up to the top, and turn it into a whole routine. That's really going to suck your audience in, and it's really going to make you stand out as the best performer of the ambitious card that you have ever seen. And in your head, you're like, but I just spent $2,000 on this course. And we got there, and yeah, you technically taught me how to do the ambitious card, but I didn't really learn anything about it. I just learned how to do this control, which I have no idea what to do with. So now you're going to sell me in another course to teach me how to take that control and to plug it into a bunch of other stuff to make this routine. That's what they do in these courses. It's always going to be an upsell. And that's just the money that you lose on the course itself. A lot of the times you lose time. You lose money from work because you had to take time off work to take these courses, or in many cases you quit your job, right? So the moral of this whole thing, first of all, I want you guys to watch the Coffeezilla videos. I'll leave a link to 1 or 2 of them below. If you guys don't know, he's the internet detective. He busts all these crypto scams and a lot of that stuff. Really cool, really fun channel. He's got some pretty cool suspenders, so you guys check him out. But I want you to watch those videos, and I just want you to think, right? Because I know a lot of you guys watching these videos that are professional magicians or trying to be professional magicians. I know if you're like me, you're watching a lot of these sales videos. You're watching these Grant Cardones and these Gary V's and these Tai Lopez's and these Dan Locks, right? You're watching these styles of videos and you're thinking like, oh, I could do that. Like I can take my experience as a magician and their experience in sales and combine them and I can make even more money. And you can, but the problem is that the moment you start throwing thousands of dollars at these guys, you're not really going to be set up for success in the way that you think. And I just want to make sure that you guys are being safe. I fell for one of these things with Primerica. I went to this company called Primerica because they said, oh, wow, you're already a professional magician. You're already making money. You can use your skills as an entertainer to sell product and make even more money. Like, you know, our employees that do this, they make like $4,000 or $5,000 a month selling life insurance, and you already have a great personality. You would be perfect for this, right? So I'm thinking in my head like, okay, so they're going to hire me on as a salesperson and I'll make a bunch of money selling insurance. But what you don't find out is it's actually a multi-level marketing company that you're joining, and you're not selling insurance to people. Like, it's not like I'm working in an office and people are calling me and I'm selling them insurance. It's like I'm going to my family and friends and trying to sell them insurance, right? So like I spent 3 or 4 weeks learning how to do this, spending money in the process to go to the school to learn how to sell insurance and what insurance is and all the different types of securities and all this stuff. And then you go out into the real world and you're supposed to try to sell this, but they don't set you up to be able to sell this to like the general public. They set you up to sell this to like your family and friends. And then they say, you know what you're missing out on? You're missing out on having downlines. You need a downline. What you need to do is you need to go out and recruit people. You need to go and you need to find other people that are just like you. Go find your magician buddies and show them how much money you're making and all this stuff and bring them in, and then you can make them money, they'll make you money, and it's like a symbiotic thing and blah, blah, blah. And in my head, I'm like, bro, I'm not making any money though. I've lost a lot of money. I had to pay for the course. I have to pay you guys to be part of your company. Like there's like a fee that you have to pay to even just be in the company. I'm driving my ass all the way out here to Huntington Beach every Saturday for like a training, which isn't even really a training. It's just like a hype up like dance party basically. And all this stuff. And I lost a lot of time and money, and I wasn't focused on work. I was focused on doing this, and I wasn't focused on my family. I was focused on making money. And at the end of it, granted, I wasn't out a whole lot of money. I think at the end of it, I ended up being out like $500-$600. because I only did it for like a month, and I was like, you know what, this isn't for me. Like, I can't do this. And then the company like guilt tripped me, like, you're the reason why you're not making money. You don't have the right mindset. You don't have the money mindset. You don't want it enough, this and that. And in my head, I'm like, bro, you guys have not set me up for success on this. You are basically trying to get me to just sell life insurance to my family and my friends. Like, that's not what you told me this was when I signed up. I thought I was signing up for legitimate business, not a pyramid scheme, right? So I don't know. You guys just got to be careful. You know, be careful of these things. Be careful of Ponzi schemes. For those of you who don't know, a Ponzi scheme is essentially, it's a pyramid scheme, but it's where you get a bunch of people to invest a bunch of money into a company, and you hear that you're going to get your money back on your investment, right? So maybe it's a company that sells a product, right? And yeah, so they want you to invest $300 into the company, and then they're going to sell their product, and you're going to get back like 3 or 4% on every sale. So you invested $300 in, but maybe you're going to get $500 out every month or whatever, right? So you do this thinking like, oh, okay. And you get some money back, and you're like, oh, this is cool. And you keep investing in the company. And the next thing you know, you've invested like $10,000, $20,000 into this company. And then the company just disappears, and you just don't get any of that money back because it wasn't a real company. The money that you were getting back was from the people underneath you that were giving money to the company. So now the company has made their $8, $10, $20 million from all these investors. And then they decide, you know what, we're not going to pay out anymore now. We're going to keep that $8, $10 million, and we're just going to shut down. And now everyone below at the bottom of the triangle, they're screwed. They're just not going to get their money back. That's a Ponzi scheme. And I've seen these things with like Bitcoin and real estate investments and just stuff like that. Like, you see these videos, because these videos pop up on my feed every so often because I'm watching these like sales training videos and stuff on YouTube. So it's just, moral of the whole thing is just make sure you guys are being careful. Make sure you guys are not falling for these scams. Do your due diligence, do your research on these things, and just understand that if they're selling you a dream, it's probably too good to be true. You would be better off reading books, watching videos on YouTube, watching free seminar videos, things that you can sign up for that are free. They just want your email address, and you can watch these videos and stuff like that. Beware of upsells, beware of MLMs, beware of pyramid schemes, and beware of Ponzi schemes. These things, they prey on people like you and me, people that are in the sales business, because as a magician, as a professional magician, we are in the world of marketing and sales. Marketing, sales, entertainment, all of these things go into our business. We need to know how to sell ourselves to people. We need to know how to get clients. We need to know how to close, all of these things, right? So just be careful, do your due diligence, watch the Coffeezilla videos, and that's what my best recommendation is for you guys. Now, my question for you, please leave a comment in the comment section below letting me know if you guys have seen any of these scams before, what your experience with any of these scams are, and what your advice is for anyone that may be facing one of these scams and how to get away from it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already done so, make sure to click the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell. That way you'll know every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to check out some more magic, visit us at o'brienmagic.com, and be sure to check out our online magic shop, where you will find the latest and greatest magic books, downloads, and accessories.